says Mustafa Ibrahim Balinda, popularly known as Balinda Most. His dream was to become a professional footballer, but that got shattered when he developed vitiligo. Right now, Balinda is a photographer, a content creator, and a model. Let's hear his story.
My name is Mustafa Ibrahim Balinda, also known as Balinda Must, which I created as my personal branding name for being a vitiligo model. I am 26 years old. I'm a photographer. I'm living with a skin condition called vitiligo, which I didn't know and which has no medical cure. Vitiligo started at the age of 6 years, but then by that time I didn't know. It started as a small spot under my left armpit around here. That's when it started. So, but at first I didn't know about it since I was young. I didn't even share it with my parents. But as time kept on going, it started spreading, coming all over my chest. Then I shared it with my parents. Then they got concerned, but we thought it was just like a skin change that it will eventually disappear. So my mother helped me to give me some kind of medicine just to apply, but then we didn't see any change that was there. Then we got more concerned and we had to go for checkup. Consulting people, they directed us in some kind of a clinic around Wandegea. That's where we started our first treatment. Yeah, they took my blood samples, salivas, and more of that. So from there, that's when I started. They told me that I'm lacking melanin in my body. I'm lacking there's food that I'm not eating. So they made me to eat a lot of green foods like dodo, nakati, like it has to be my daily food, always. So I started eating that, but I didn't see still change for some time. Yeah, so then another doctor also consulted us to another one that we went to. Then they also took another samples from me, the salivas. So they told me that I'm lacking melanin and this is a condition called vitiligo. But we didn't know what vitiligo is. So they told us vitiligo is where you see your skin becoming with white patches, as you're seeing it here, the one that I'm having, for example. So that's when we had to get more information about the condition. Then from there, we had to start the treatment. After 2 weeks, you have to go back for more medication. Though the treatment was kind of expensive, after 2 weeks, you have to go back for more medication. So it was very hard for us for 2 weeks medication, and the drugs were a lot. When I started my journey in school, I started from a YTK. It is called YTK Nursery School. It is in Muyenga. But by that time, kids were okay with me because no one could see it. Then from there, I went to YTK. I went to Crystal Junior School. It is located in Gaba, just where now you could see like around my chest by that time. But still, friends used to ask me, what is this? So I used to answer them that this is just a skin change, but it will eventually disappear from there. Then when I went to my secondary, it was called Standard High in Zana. Then that's where I started seeing a lot of challenges. People looking at you different, friends don't want even to share with you minor objects like a pencil or even a ruler. So I used to sit behind the bench. I was among the last. I was sitting alone. My fellow students thought that it can be spread easily. So that's why they were very fearing even to sit with me. But then it made me lose confidence in me, making me like lose even focusing on my studies. So I even felt lonely, no one is friendly with you. Then I decided even to drop out of school on senior 2. That's why I dropped out of school. Then I went back home. I sat home for a while, then like doing nothing, like just my parents were supporting me, at least try to finish up to Form 4, but I couldn't. sit for more other 2 years in that pain again. So me sitting with them, and we had a good conversation with them. They knew what I was passing through, so they decided at least to support me and handle me properly. So they were okay me stopping in senior 2. Then from there, I was just sitting home helping my mom with housework. Then that's when I got an activity of doing at home, basically like poultry farming, like a small space. I started poultry at home. So because I love a lot of hens. So my first hen, I told my father, get me a hen that is having like white and black patches just like me. So when he went, he's always in movements like safaris, so he got me a hen, like it having white and black patches. I was very happy. So I started with 3 hens, but eventually in time I went into 20 hens. Yeah. Then from there, he tried to at least put me in activities like institutions, tried to make myself busy, but it all failed because I was now used to being home, that lonely life with the people whom I'm living with, they're okay with me. Then from there I also started, I got another job in Mukwana Kid selling clothes, but still I was very afraid getting out. I was very afraid. It also failed. I went there one time, but people who were looking at me, I got scared. I was like feeling scaring. Then I said, no, I cannot come back. That day I left that job. I went back home in my poultry. Then that's when I visited a friend who was also having some big kind of rabbits. Then he gave me 2 rabbits for free. They were still young. I also brought them back home. Then I started with them, with the hens and the rabbits as well. Then from there, I remember that time, family relatives used to come home giving me advice that, please, this is you, so you shouldn't blame yourself, because there are people out there who are in bad situations. At least for you, you can do something for a living. But still, I didn't have that confidence and that strength in me. I was still afraid in my life. Then after sitting home for some time, because I was indoors for like almost 3 years and a half, I don't want to go outside. Yeah, because already that time, the patches you could see them. You could see them. I couldn't hide them anymore. But if at least I'm going outside, I would wear jumpers, gloves, covering myself daytime. I don't want people to see me, because I don't want them to give me a lot of comments. Yeah. But then it took a time that whereby I cannot hide them anymore. Even going outside, I'm very white. So I also failed. I went back inside, closed myself inside the house. For then a period of time, there's a cousin of mine who he told me there's a person who's coming in Uganda. He was moved Mek. So he supported me. Let's go and hear his story and his about the youth. So we went there. Going there, he told us a lot of things. He told us at least look at yourself, go back home and look in the mirror, talk to yourself. Who are you? What do you want for a living? Because in this life you are alone. You need happiness alone, you need support alone. So when I also went back home, I also had to do that. I waited for everyone to leave me at home alone. I sat there. So then I was alone. I had to go in the mirror for the first time, open myself and see my skin, talk to myself. But who am I? If I can stand up here and come into a mirror, I have a dream to purchase. Yeah. Then it wasn't easy for me at first. So I decided, let me go today to the shop and buy something. I had to buy a matchbox. Let me go just like this, how I am. I went the first time. Oh my God, people looked at me. Making another step, I started shaking. Because more eyes were looking at me. I'm seeing people are whispering, people are commenting. But then I failed. So I didn't manage that first day. The following day, getting more confidence, I had to say, let me move with someone. I had to move with my cousin. I went with my cousin on the shop, but people are still staring at me, looking at me. But I had to do what I wanted to do. I bought what I wanted, then I came back home. I was happy inside me, but the confidence was less. It was very, very less. So then from there, I started going with someone out. someone out. Still I get the confidence, and when I'm getting people's support, I started from there getting out. Going to gatherings, it was very hard for me because I could sit in a lot of gatherings. People are many and I'm the odd man out. I look different. You see people pointing, I look at the other guy. Why is he like that? So I was also confused. I had no answers for them. But I just had to put back my head down and just be happy. Like try to make myself strong. Then from there, that's when I had to join social media. I noticed people are doing a lot of stuff on social media, that people are doing whatever they wish. So then I went and found Win Holloway. She was amazing. She had her skin condition was beautiful. She's open there and people love her. That's how she is. Then I said, oh wow, if this person, she's there, I can also be like her in a dream. Then I started doing like that. I joined TikTok.
This is my age, this is my sign, this is where I live and what I like, this is where I'm from and what I do, this is what I love. How about you?
TikTok supported me so much in my journey. Yeah, TikTok, because when I started putting up my videos, the first comments I got, oh, you're handsome. When I got those kind of comments, I said, oh wow. So I've got more energy again. So I got another idea of undressing my t-shirt, being open to media. So all my TikToks, I don't have a t-shirt. I just open like that. Then that's when I went to see people are just giving me the courage, the support. Then I said, oh wow, people love me. Then let me just try to do this so that I can also purchase my dream, where in the form that I don't want anyone to feel lonely, because I knew people out there, they are like me. So I don't want even them to pass in what I passed through. So I started TikTok. Then from TikTok, someone contacted me. He does Lewis's magazine. He told me I would love to take a pic with you to post. At first I was afraid because it was my first news to hear, so I had to contact some of my friends. They told me, yeah, try it. I told the guy to give me his website pages to make some bit of research. He gave me, I want to see he's doing something nice. So I met him in Makerere. Then he told me we take pics, what. Then we had to take some pics to add in the magazine called Lewis's magazine. So people when saw me there started contacting me. That's why I got the courage. Then from there, successfully I got into even Lewis's Italian magazine through the Lewis's. Yeah, through the Lewis's. Then also from there, more contacts came in. Satisfaction magazine came in. I was so appraised. Then I went to Satisfaction magazine, sat with them. I told them I have a kind of a story that I want to share out there. Can you really help me? They said, okay, no problem. We sat down. I wrote a kind of a short story that I had to show out to the world. So they had to raise it in Satisfaction magazine. Successfully, it passed through and people enjoyed the story. And what made people to find more or ask me about more questions, it was the side of the witchcraft, because I passed through a witchcraft in my journey through just looking for a way of treatments. Yeah. Then from there, successfully, then I got another connection from Ngali magazine. Yeah, I also premiered there my other story that went successfully, and up to right now, people are still looking for me through those connections. A friend of mine who you have seen before, we met in Mukwana Arcade. He's called Jonas Senabulia. We met in Mukwana Arcade. So I was selling clothes, he was selling books. So unfortunately, my boss sold the business for goodwill. So I came back home, sat home. So for him, even himself, he had to resume to photography. But I didn't know. So then we lost contacts. Then from there, when I was on like Facebook, I saw him. Then I started talking to him. He gave me his contact, we started talking. He asked me, what are you doing? I told him, oh, nothing, I'm staying home, but I'm doing my poultry farming, like a small poultry farming business at home. He told me, okay. Then he told me, he joined photography. Would you mind to come and work together? I told him, okay, I'll come and give it a try, but it wasn't in my dreams of working as a photographer. I didn't have even any idea. So he told me, On Saturday, I'm having a job. Come and we'll go to work. I met him. We went for work on Saturday. That was my first day being paid. That day, I was paid 30,000 that I've never worked into my life. I've never got that kind of money. They used to pay me around 10,000 back then in Mukwana Kid. Yeah, but when he gave me 30,000, I was very happy. I got a biggest smile in my life. Then that's when I started joining photography. He started teaching me. Then from that time up to right now, we are working together for almost now 4 years. We are working together. Right now, I'm not looking for payments, though I need money to work on some of my projects. But right now, I'm looking for exposure. Exposure that will help me to reach at the limit of up and see people that I'm having something that I can purchase in life. Yeah? And people that can see if I am coming out to at least to impress people who are having these special disabilities in life. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for money at the moment, but I'm looking for exposure and support and skills on how to work it out there. My best moments in life have been like people want to touch my skin, feel my skin, and people want to always be close to me, like giving me a hug. They say, wow, you have a unique skin in the world. No one has this. You look just perfect with your skin. I found someone told me, I wish I get that. Just even if for a month, I would be so happy. Just having, if it is okay, I send this disease to that person. And at least my best moments, it has really helped me in my life, because at first I didn't know myself. It has helped me to know myself that now this is me. I can do this. I can support people. I can motivate someone out there, because I don't want someone to pass in a situation that I've passed through. Okay, at the moment, I don't apply anything completely. I do not. The last 2 years, I've been okay, but since this year started, I've seen a problem. If I'm into sunlight, my skin is turning red. That's the only problem now I'm facing. But then if I'm seeing it's turning too red, I try to get into the shade. If I stay too much in shade, it turns too much reddish, then I start making some kind of bubbles in my softer parts, like here, around my lips, even on the neck, even on the ears. That's why I start getting those bubble objects. My message would be them, if I'm now coming out to motivate people, to inspire people, I know someone out there. You can also do that, because you have a dream to purchase, you have your goals. Yeah, I would say to people to come and join us together. We work together, we empower people. I personally, I myself, now I've so far now reached on the point of being the Mr. Ability Central Kampala, Uganda, just to raise the flag of vitiligo with people who are having this kind of skin disease with me, to shine out there. So what I could wish to people, to come and join us, and we make the voice one. Shine vitiligo, live with vitiligo. My favorite photos that made me famous out there, it was this one, kind of like this. Yeah, it was this one that made me famous. Yeah, this one. And my second pose that made me famous was this pose that I was just like this. It made me so famous. People loved it so much. Yeah. Since I'm a photographer, I do a lot of research on media to see if my client has come in a studio, what are the kind of poses I have to give to that person, and which kind of a shoot needs that for that person. So I try to make research. I myself, I go to researches of vitiligo. I make research, then I find. But other poses just comes from my head. I even find myself doing something, well, even if I don't know, but I find I've done it from there.
failure. You are a failure. You can never make it. You can never, you know you cannot make it.
As you have heard from Balinda's story, he used TikTok by posting himself shirtless, and he got positive reactions from the public because I guess the platform is full of people who are out to have fun, happy people. This gave him confidence to accept that he's different and it is fine. He is so full of energy and always very happy and supportive to all the others. He's actually one of those people who is out trying to support other people living with vitiligo to accept who they are. That is all we had time for today. Good night.